Okay, so now we're gonna do another one. And let's see here. Use the same thing here. This is gonna be a 16-inch. This Gaspeite bright apple green. So I'll measure it about, I usually do 4 inches over. It's about 20 inches. It just depends. I mean, you can do it less. Okay. This one should be fairly quick. Let's see. Okay, now we will get a crimp. Get a crimp here on one end. This is sterling. We have this available in gold as well. Gold filled and 14 karat solid gold, both. But this one is sterling silver. And you just get it up there, get a nice loop with the crimp bead. Okay. And you just take your crimps and you crimp the end. Get a smooth crimp there. Alright. And then I'm going to just do a crimp cover right away. So use this, everything's sterling silver. And sometimes these things get stuck together here. You can't get them out. Can't get them free here. There we go. Oop. Got one caught there. Okay. And take the crimp cover and slide it over the crimp bead. Alright. And then you close down. Close the crimp cover. Nice and tight there. And you always want a little bit of wire sticking out because you want the beads to cover that wire so there's no poking or picking. You know, it's nice and solid. The wire stays underneath the bead. And this bead is 3 millimeters, so it's smaller than the one we just did. So you want to try and get some that are, when you're putting it over the wire, you want some that can take, you know, the wire, be able to get it all under there, because sometimes they make the holes real small with the 3 millimeter, and it's hard to get them covered, the wire covered. Let's see, so you just kind of screw it. I kind of just screw it. That's my trick. Everybody's different. And I was using the cones for these, the small cones, but I think I'm going to just not use the cones anymore. Only on the bigger pieces, you know. I was using the cones for a long time, And I noticed that I was one of the few people that used those combs. As I like the finished look, but now I think this is what I'm aiming for. So I just get the beads all the way up there to the top. And then we just beat them by hand and we get it up. This one, it happens to be 16 inches. But we have different lengths available. This one isn't, I don't do this one adjustable. I don't know, maybe I should. If you want me to do it adjustable, you can leave a comment and maybe I could always add that. But this one I just do, you know, I have the different various lengths. And you can always, you know, the best thing to do is just ask custom for something custom. If you need it or you wanted this in adjustable, you could always do that. You could always just ask for a custom order. But this one, for some reason, I only do this one with the different lengths, and then also in the gold. So maybe that's why too. You know, the adjustable right now, the only ones I offer with the adjustable chain is the 4mm green turquoise necklace and then the 3mm blue turquoise necklace. Those are the two I offer with adjustable. But again, if you wanted a custom order with this one, with the adjustable, you could always do that. But I don't offer this one with the adjustable. Just in the gold and in the sterling with the various lengths. I also offer the 3mm blue turquoise necklace like this one, but it is adjustable in the gold. Of course, the gold is not adjustable though. Just the sterling is adjustable on the blue turquoise hishi. So this shouldn't take too long. 16 inches. Try not to make the video too long. So this is a really pretty green color. It's very bright green. And it is just beautiful on the skin. And you can see the matrix flex through it, the natural bronze from the earth in this piece. And it's just beautiful. So if you like the brighter colors, this is great. And again, it goes really good. Like you can layer these pieces and it goes really good with gold or silver. So it makes it really nice. It looks really pretty on the skin. So that one, now we need a few more beads. Cut that. Okay. And this one, I don't use, I use the hook in the eye for the necklaces that are not adjustable. The ones I use the lobster clasp on usually are the adjustable. But the ones that aren't adjustable, just use a hook and eye. And then for the gold I do use a lobster clasp. So it looks like we're getting close to the 16 inches here. I just take several beads at a time and put them through there. Let's see what we got. Looks like it's getting closer. Almost. It's about 14 inches. Just need a couple more inches here. Okay. Gotten pretty good at eyeballing it for the most part, but I still need to use my measuring tape here, and I do believe I offer this in 15-inch as well, so you can have it more like a choker. And again, we have custom sizes available, so if you want something even smaller than that, like some people like it 14 inches for that choker feel and look. So we can do that. I'm not sure if I offer that right now. I might. I don't remember. But there it is, 16 inches. Perfect. Okay, so now we get another crimp bead. And this is when I need my magnifying glasses here, because I just want to make sure I get it just right. And let's see. And then I have the hook here. Put the hook through. And now we put the other side of the wire through the crimp bead, and I want to make sure that I can get this wire through a couple of these beads, because we do not want the wire sticking out at all. And these are small beads, so it's kind of hard to get it right. You got to try and find some beads that have a bigger hole on the end to make sure you can get that wire in there. It needs to go in there no matter what. So let me see here. So a lot of times I'll do it before I even crimp it, just to make sure. Let's see, how does the hole look? Those holes look pretty good, like they would take it. But sometimes the end gets a little frayed and it's harder to go in. Just cut that in there. Okay, we're gonna try it again. See if we can get that in there. It's really tricky with these smaller beads, but I make sure I always get them through there, because you do not want to be wearing a necklace that is poking you. So, get them through the beads here. You've got a nice polished, more polished look, and also you don't have to worry about anything picking you. Okay. Let's see here. A nice finished look. Okay, we got it through one bead, but I like to do it through at least two beads. And it's really tricky too with the coral, the 3mm coral that I use. I got it. Okay, so now I'm going to pull it through, and I got to get it tight here. So just keep pulling it down, pulling it down, pulling it down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's pulled down. You've got the right size loop there. Okay. Now let's measure it up here. And I'm going to go ahead and close this hook because the hooks always come wide. They come open. You can see that. And I always like to push them down for the customer. You want to push down the clasp and you just want it to be tight before it goes in there. See, it's got that nice little tightness there. Okay. And let's see, let's make sure this is, yeah, it is. Okay. Tight enough here. You want a nice, smooth finish. And we have to have enough room here for the crimp cover. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and crimp it right there. That looks about right to me. And I'm going to go ahead and crimp it. Okay. And now cut the wire. Alright. Wire. Cut there. That other end through there. There we go. Okay. Now I get the bead, the crimp cover here. Get it around the crimp. And then get your pliers and you cover up that crimp bead. And there you go. You got a nice finish. And there you have it. You got a nice finish on the end, and you got your beautiful Gaspeite necklace. There we go. And that one's finished. And that is my demonstration. And I'd just like to show you a little bit of what's going on in the studio. I don't know, maybe I'll do some videos as well in the art studio, but for now, just do the jewelry. I'm going to start trying to add a little bit of jewelry studio videos, and I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope you find something in the shop that you really love. Appreciate you. Thank you.